We had just opened our second location and we're thinking about our third location. And we had a ton of customers who were coming to us saying, hey, how do we get involved? Can we invest? We just moved to a different city. There's nothing like this here. How do we get one of these city, or how do we participate from a business perspective? I was thinking about it. And as I was business minded, thinking, how do I continue to grow this? My concern was trying to open one of these facilities outside of Pittsburgh. And I opened one in Ohio or Texas or California. The dog owners come to find out that the owner of the business lives so far away. That felt like that would be a kind of strike one and kind of red flag for people of like, who am I dealing with? I'm not looking for this kind of corporate conglomerate to care for my pet. So hadn't really considered franchising, but I went to a wedding and I'm sitting next to this family friend, and I always just knew him as my dad's buddy and didn't really know what he did. And we started talking and he comes to say he's a business consultant, and I hear you have this cool new business, and let's meet next week and have lunch and talk about, how I can help you improve your business. So he comes and spends the first day with us, and is kind of shocked. He's like, you're telling me this many people bring their dogs every day just for daycare and the boarding? And he's like, this is cool. Let me come back tomorrow. So he comes back tomorrow and he says, let's go have lunch. And he says, I have a bunch of little things that you could do to improve this and improve that. But he said, have you ever thought about franchising? And I said, I haven't really. And frankly, I'm not a big fan of it. And I kind of only know about like Wendy's and McDonald's, and tell me more. He said, so in my past life, I started, 2 different franchises and grew them both, 400 plus units and sold them off. And he said, I'm not quite sure I've ever seen a more franchisable business model than what I'm looking at right here. He said, this is so easily replicable. There's not a huge investment cost. There's not a lot of equipment. He said, most importantly, this is a rapidly growing industry with arguably unlimited demand, and you should consider franchising. So when I put his respected opinion together with what all of my customers and clients who were saying they wanted to open one of these elsewhere, it was kind of a natural fit. So we decided to test the waters and franchise, and we did some unconventional things. The first 2 territories that we sold were actually here in our home Pittsburgh market, because again, this gentleman who became a mentor to us, he taught us so many invaluable things that made no sense at the time, but really have paid off. One of those was, he said, look, your first year, we're gonna sell 2 franchises and then stop. He said, because you have no idea what you're doing, you've never done this before, and you don't know how hard it is to get them open, to train them, to teach them. So we did that, we got those 2 open. The second year, he said, we're gonna sell 3 franchises and stop. And I was like, Mark, we need to sell a lot more than this. Like, we invested so much time and energy and capital into this, but we need more. And he was like, I'm telling you, 2, there's a 50% increase, let's do 3 this year. So we did 3 our second year and stopped. So year 3 comes around, I'm like, Mark, if you say 4 this year, like, come on. And he's like, you're really gonna hate me, because my answer to you is 0. He said, we're not even gonna register an FTD. He said, you need to focus on these first 5, because if you can't figure out how to make these first 5 successful, you're never going anywhere. So we did that. We didn't even register an FTD. We worked with those first 5. And we said to them, hey, what do you like? Like, how's the marketing? How's the point of sale system? How's our support? How's everything that we offer you? And probably no surprise to anyone who knows the franchise world, they were like, we hate it all. It all sucks. Like, you need to do better at all of these things. So that's what we did. We took that year, totally revamped the system. And we've always kind of kept that in mind. We've always had this kind of slow and controlled growth mindset, which I think has allowed us to build this really, really stable foundation and given us the opportunity to continue to grow, to go through the housing back recession, to grow through the pandemic, which was obviously very challenging for a lot of businesses, and put us in this position today where we now have 40 stores open, a really, really strong, stable base, and now in the position to throw a little more fuel on the fire and grow more aggressively.